guys. So I've been playing Project Diablo 2 for about 2 months now, and I just finished up my 1000th Travs run. So before I go into the runs, so this is the gear that I'm using. I'm a Frozen Orb source, and I have Ondal's Wisdom, which is 4 to all skills. I do have Travs and the Spirit, but once I found Ondal's Wisdom, which actually found in one of these runs, I've just been using this, and I socketed it with a cold skill damage. The Skinner the Viper Magi, 1 to all skills, faster cast. Steel Shade, this is like my my budget Shaco because I don't have one. And I found this in the runs too. 2 to all skills and 28% MF. Talzami, Chance Guards, which I found during these runs, 37 MF, 200% gold fine. And Ravenfrost, so I don't get frozen and die. A random belt. I'm looking for something better, but I haven't found anything yet. Nagel for 32% MF, and these boots for another 22 MF. Overall, I have like a 200% MF, and I have some small charms here, but mostly like resistance and I have a Geeds, which is pretty solid, 39% MF, and my orb almost does 1,000 damage. My Merc, I made Gloom with Falum Pul. This is probably my best rune word so far. Tal's Mask, Insight for the mana, Lava Gout for extra fire resistance against the Hydras and all the other fire attacks they do. String of Ears, and Inferno Stride for Morph. So I have 89% fire resist on my Merc. So that's it. Now we'll just get into the video of 1,000 Travs runs. Run number 6, we get Steel Shade, which is the budget Shaco that I said before, 28% MF, 2 to all skills, and I'm still using it 2 months into playing Project D2. Run 45, we find an Ist Rune, which was by far the best rune I found so far. And then the very next run I found a Rune, which is pretty solid as well. Not as good as the Ist, but still a solid rune. Number 74, we find another unique amulet, and this is Seraph's Hymn, 2 to all skills, 2 to defensive auras for Paladin, and a bunch of percentage attack rating and damage against demons and undead. On run 77, I get some unique mesh boots as I run away from the. And so I got 189% ED, so almost perfect. And I'm still using the current boots I have because they have resistances and Silkweave don't. And then right after I find these Van Braces. And these end up being Soul Drainer, Life and Mana Leech, and minus 200 to monster defense on hit and pierce. So those should be good for an Amazon, which I will make once I get some a good weapon and maybe some faster attack speed. Finally, on 89, I didn't know this was this valuable, but Larzuk's Puzzlebox. I thought it was like as common as a Worldstone Shard, but that's not the case. It's the only one I found after my 89th run. So that was pretty awesome. And right after, 3 runs later, run 92, we find a Gul Rune, which is another solid rune. We got Gul and Ist. Run 302, so nothing really to show in the next 100 runs. I find a Dwarf Star, which is okay. Good if you're going for a Magic Find build. On run 306, I ended up finding a Grand Charm, and this was a Poison and Bone Skiller, my first one. So immediately I created a Necro and I transferred that to him, currently level 15. Then run 313, I find a Pul Rune, another solid rune. 324, another unique ring, which I don't ID until, well, I guess I skipped that, but that was actually a Dwarf Star. And then on run 330, I find Hagans Wisdom, which is pretty decent. I still use the Viper Magi. It's better. But it's pretty. This one's pretty decent for if you don't have a the Viper Magi. So I corrupted it and I got 35% fire res, which is okay. On 357, all I've been getting is Cathans for all these green rings. But in this run, I don't get a Cathans. I get an Angelic, and then I get the BK ring, 5% DR, 18% enhanced damage. I didn't even know they had this in this game, but that's pretty awesome. And I created a Barbarian and transferred that over to him. On run 364, another unique amulet. And I ID it with Cain, and it is Eye of the Elitch. Ondal skills, life stolen per hit. It's okay. Probably have to corrupt that. Run 366, I find the unique battle boots, which I'm sure many of you can guess are, well, another angelic ring too. War Travs, 34% MF, and I would use these except that I need resistance, so I have not. Then on 442, I find Magefist gloves, which if I was a fire source it'd be good, but I'm frozen orb, so I don't really use them. 443, this is where I actually finally get an upgrade from my Tal's orb. Ondal's Wisdom rolled 4 to skills, 85% faster cast. So one of the reasons I don't have resistance, because I don't currently use Spirit now, because I have the two-handed staff, and that's awesome. 4 roll skills, 85% faster cast. Run 477, this Demon Hide Sash drops, and I actually haven't got this since my Diablo 2 days, 20 years ago, but I found String of Ears. Some nostalgia with that one. Physical damage taken is minimum, but it's cool to have that. 490, we get our Mesh Belt dropping, which ends up being our Tal Rosh's belt. 17% MF, and 40 perfect on the mana side. Alright, so that's it for the first 500. Then 538, we find our Arreat's Face Slayer Guard, and also that Sacred Rondesh, which ends up being the Alma Negra. $1 skulls instead of 2. Would prefer 2, obviously, but still okay. And also Arreat's Face, $2 combat skills, almost perfect on the dex and strength, and perfect on the life stolen. So almost perfect Arreat's Face right there. That went straight to my Barbarian. Run on Christmas, 580, Ravenfrost. This is actually my second one. The other one I got was from like Ancient Temples. The Ancient Temple. Then run 656. I find a Winged Helm and a Grand Charm, which is nothing. But the Winged Helm, 2 to all Amazon skill levels. 30% faster run walk, 40% ED. And that's pretty awesome. 665, I find a Pul Rune. 672, I find Skin of the Viper Magi. And this is all with 200% magic find, which is pretty solid. So 26 on the resistance for the Skin of the Viper. And then 673, the next run after, I find some Bracers. And this is another nostalgia trip. ends up being chance cards, and they almost roll close to perfect, 37% MF, and that's what I'm currently using today. Run 682, another unique amulet. It's a grand charm. And this one happens to be Atma's Scarab, which I don't really, unless I'm doing like a attacker takes damage build, I don't know if I would really use that anywhere. 688, I find a Pul Rune, another solid rune. And then on run 718, I find another blue jewel, and this is actually not great, but it's better than the other jewels I found, so I included it. 23% ED and max damage. Then I get a Geeds on run 777. Talk about luck. And this Geed rolls 39% on the MF and 145 on the gold, so really solid and better than the current one I had. So I dropped it and had someone else pick it up. I said free charm, and someone came to the game and picked it up. Then I found this Paladin Tiara on run 808. So I corrupted it. And I got physical damage taken reduced by 4%, which is actually pretty solid for a Paladin. Usually you want faster cast rate for a Hammerden, but this could be good, I guess, for a melee Paladin. I don't know. I'm just keeping it until I know what build I can make. Next, on run 8. Let's see. What run are we on? 823. I find a Grand Charm here. 1 to defensive auras. Not great, but it's a skiller nonetheless. And then on run 832, we get another Pul Rune and some heavy boots, which I think are Gorefoot, which are not great. But so run 858, we get another unique amulet, a rare ring, which was not great, and then the unique amulet was Rising Sun. Minus 7% fire resist on enemy fire resist, which is not too great, and 1 to fire skill. So 862, we have the Pally Combat Skiller, and that was a good one because a lot of people need Pally Combat Skillers, and if I make a Paladin, I'll be sure. No life, but it's still a good one. Run 872, we have a small charm. 20 to life. Probably my third one I got so far. Perfect on the life. Small charm. Run 892. Almost at the 1,000 here. We get 100 poison and MF small charm, which should be okay. Maybe I'm making like a rabies druid or something like that. Then on run 933, I know it's good for me, but not other people. 35% ED jewel. Run 938. We get a Templar coat and a dust shroud, which I got, which is dust adherent. And the Templar coat is the Guardian Angel, 1 to all skills, and it gives you max resistance. So it could be good if I'm fighting Ubers with my Paladin. Possibly, I don't know. And here we go. On 947, we get a Jaw Rune, which is absolutely insane. Never got a Jaw Rune before, or a Bear Rune, or a Zod Rune, any of the high runes. And I got one. So I was in shock. Almost at the 1,000 mark for the Trav runs. And I got the 940, on run 9047, I get it. And then quickly after 955, I got an Rune. So pretty solid runes back to back. The Jaw Rune's awesome. 970, I get a Hierophant trophy. And that would be, or that is, like a Blood Fist gloves. Tiara, that's not great. And Homunculus, 2 to all skills, and 5 to all mana after each kill, and 31 resist. Pretty solid. And then almost at the end, we get Ornate Armor at 973. And that one happens to be Griswold's Heart Ornate Plate. 1 to all skills and 11 to strength, so low on the stats there. But I never got Grizz armor before, so it was cool to find. And the last item we got here at run 980 was Light Gauntlets, which happened to be Magefist. But overall, the Jaw Rune was a key, and the Ondal's Wisdom were probably my 2 best items. And the Puzzlebox was pretty solid too. In addition to Arreat's Face, Valkyrie Wing, and solid Geeds. So overall, pretty solid. It usually takes me about 45 seconds, maybe 30 to 45 seconds per run. So I did this across like maybe 2 weeks or so. And there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and thank you for watching.